for all the efforts we will put in to make sure that our party is intact. We've had a lot of negative press for some time now about our party, and it's very disheartening. And I feel very concerned about it, you know. So I think that for me, there's only one people, or a group of people, that can make or mar a situation or an organization, and that's the press. But so far, we've been able to manage to balance issues that has to do with our party's crisis. There's no doubt our party is in crisis. It's in crisis. I'm able to say that. I'm a realist. You know, once in a man's lifetime, by June 18, I'll be 60 years. And at that age, you have to stand to be counted. I'm always stand on the path of justice and truth. We've had crisis for issue, and it's a man-made thing. It's all about ambition, and it's very disheartening. So I believe that, for me, I was elected in October 2021 as National Secretary of this party. According to the zoning, it was zoned to the south, and micro-zoned to southeast. And just like every other state in the southeast, it was zoned to Imo State. Every state in the southeast has their representative at the National Working Committee. For instance, as it was then, the National Vice Chairman comes from Ebonyi State, for the southeast. The National Deputy Treasurer comes from Enugu State. The National Auditor from Anambra State. Deputy National Legal Advisor, Abia State. Imo got National Secretary. So you can see it's an aberration and wickedness for anybody that wants to take something from Imo State and put it on that state, when every state and the positions are evenly distributed. But assuming, without considering, that I'm no longer the National Secretary, for instance, whoever that replaced me must come from Imo State, because it is microzone to Imo State. And besides, National Secretary of a party is for the entire South. I was not elected by only Southeast. I was elected at the convention by entire nation, all the PDP federals in all the countries. So that is why you can say anybody from any Sokoto, anywhere to go and sue in my favor against me, because I represent the national. So, but it's very disheartening that the governor of Enugu State insisted that this must go to Enugu State, when Enugu already has somebody at the National Working Committee. And by the way, is there any vacancy? There's no vacancy. I'll tell you the honest truth about it, because you are here. In 2023, I wrote to the party that I'm going to run election. I took leave. And I wrote to INEC that while I'm on that leave, my deputy will act. And so he did. After my election, he went away. When I came back. Before then, the then National Vice Chairman of the party Southeast, his tenure was elapsing. So he wanted to remain as a member of the National Working Committee. He went and manipulated the governor of Enugu State, making him to believe that he can have the National Secretary of the party. And I'm sure that the governor himself is not aware that the offices are zoned according to the states. They jumped into it because he knows that the next National Vice Chairman of the South is supposed to come from Enugu State. And he knows that he will not get it back. So he wanted to return back. Because his tenure ended on March 3rd or so. That's how this whole issue started. And then he now connived with his friend, who is Governor Makinde of Oyo State, to pressurize Mba to bring Udokoye. And they went to court. During my flag off of my campaign, Mba came to Imo State asking me to resign on the day of my flag off. And I told him, this one had, how can I resign on the day of my flag? For what? He became angry and said he has told Southeast that I'm going to resign. So it's about ego. So I should trade my position because of somebody's ego. And by the way, I was the national secretary that received all the governors, signed their papers to INEC. Governor Mba did not vote for me as national secretary because it's just 2 years in the office and I'm ending my 4 years as national secretary. I've been there before they came. So I see it as a strange thing. And not only that, I am 70% instrumental of his becoming a candidate of the party. Having come from Southeast and national secretary of the party. So I wonder how my office will endanger any of them. Because by December, my tenure will elapse. And it's of right if I choose to come back, I'll run or not, whether I win or not. So why don't you allow sleeping dog lie than destroying the party? And each time they talk about people destroying the party, all these PDP leaders who go on national television, they are the ones demarketing the party. Instead of saying issues or raising issues that can build the party, you are saying things that would destroy and demarcate the party. I will accuse the Minister of FCT because he's my friend. I look at someone, I'm 60 years. Both the governor of Itamba and Governor Makinde, I'm older than them. And I've run this governorship before, 2 years with them. That they are lucky together, I'm not lucky to be governor. Should not make anybody to ridicule me. And I would never tolerate that. I would never stand and be alive for anybody to ridicule me for any reason. Every position anybody is having now is transient. In the next 2 years, a few of them will leave. And all of us will meet at the lounge of the airport. People have come, president have come and gone. Nobody's going. Who knows tomorrow who will be the governor? But you can't just destroy a man for any reason. I feel very upset because I've gone through psychological trauma. Every day is about some Anyanwu, whether right or wrong. So it's a man-made thing, up to the extent of being too low to sponsor staff of a party to choose whom they want. That is very, very low. It's a very low thing to do. I must not end my life to be national secretary. But I will not give in to anybody trying to mess me up or mess my career up. It took me time to build my reputation. Some of them have just been lucky to be a local government, to be a governor. I've been a 2-time local government chairman, 2-time House of Assembly, went to the Senate, ran for governor twice, and national secretary. None of them ever said they supported me. In my last election, all the governors contributed money to give to candidates of the party. But they refused to send even a dime to me. Rather, they demand for me to resign. And I ran my election without their support. So for me, I believe that I'm on the side of law. Now, I give for example, the Aliodefa, they are parading up and down. He's not a member of the party. I'll read this to you. This is a judgment of a federal high court. He was expelled by his ward, affirmed by his local government, and then, of course, the states. And they went to court of competent jurisdiction, and got a judgment of the federal high court. An impeccable judgment by his people, not from any other person. And this is part of the judgment. An order of perpetual injunction restraining the first defendant, Honorable Dr. Aliodefa, from parading himself as a member of the People's Democratic Party and or as the National Vice Chairman of the People's Democratic Party for the Southeast Zone of Nigeria, and from performing the roles or exercising the powers of the position. He goes further to say, this court ruling not only fortified the decisions of the party structures at his ward, local government, and state levels, but also permanently banned him from presiding at or even attending any PDP-related meetings. It is thus established that any meeting convened or attended by Honorable Aliodefa remains invalid and infected, quoted, infected by the virus of fundamental illegality. This is from the judgment of High Court. So you now go to Enugu, say you have Southeast. So like executive committee, who is there? I am the national secretary of the party. I'm from the Southeast. What meeting will you convene when I'm not there? What justification do you have? Assuming today I'm no longer national secretary, I remember a member of caucus. I remember a member of the board of trustees. I remember a member of NEC by my position. Talk less of Southeast, where I come from. In politics, the governor of Enugu State is governor of Enugu State. He's the only governor in the Southeast, but not the leader of the party. Party is supreme. I'm national secretary of the party. This position I'm holding today is what Ojo Madekwe had. It was Obulafo had. It was something Okiwodo, who is from the Southeast, knows the truth. And besides, Ben Obi, I nominated him at Port Harcourt. I was among the people that nominated him in Port Harcourt as secretary to McCarthy. And as a matter of fact, they understand the role and position of the National Secretary of the Party. My question is, what will Governor Makinde say that I did to him? Have I stressed him for any reason? Have I called him for anything before? What's my sin? What's my problem with him? Have I done anything against him? What has I done against Peter? I consider him as my friend. So what is the problem? Even some of them, oh, I don't have any problem with you. Is that because you're a friend to Wike? So you choose my friend for me? Can somebody choose your friend for you? You can be a Catholic, your wife can be an Anglican, but you still live in the same house. And just minister they're talking about today, last December, paid the housing allowance of all the entire staff of PDP. That am I aware. Today, as we speak, the staff of the parties is being controlled by market because they give them money. And open separate account for the staff. So who is in charge of the party then? What is the problem with me? Now, you've not going to say, oh, I'm not a national secretary. INEC, they started posting. INEC did not receive correspondence. Now they've come. They set up a committee by themselves. And they went to INEC and they told them, so there's no vacancy. And nobody can sign a document outside me. They confirmed it themselves. I did not. It was Mbad that went there for himself. After doubting other submissions of people that wanted to find out. Yet, I sent a message because I know the committee of Saraki is still meeting and they were supposed to end up. I now sent out a letter signed by me that the NEC is postponed, pending when the people finalize their destiny. So what you had yesterday was not NEC. It was a stakeholders meeting. Because the NEC, I did not sign for it. And at that stakeholders meeting, that's why they decide what they wanted to decide. In that NEC meeting, if it's a NEC meeting, why would I not if I be there? So any decision taken there is an illegality. PDP is a party, an organization ruled by law. And we should respect our constitution. And they make it look as if I'm one person causing problem in PDP. When people have an ulterior motive and inordinate ambition, what would my position be obstructive from being, whether you want to be president, whether you want to be governor, what would my position do? My position will end by December. Election is 2027. Primaries is 2026. I will not be there. So what was my position now going to injure you? You are fighting weak. His Excellency the Minister is my friend and my boss. And I can never for any intimidation deny him. Nobody can make me to deny my friend. Because after position, there's still life. Even you as journalists, I don't know where I'm going to meet you tomorrow. Your job may not be as journalists who have become governors, who have become that. So nobody believes who you are going to be today. So I cannot underrate any of you. Because this journey is still very far. And nobody knows how it will end. And this is what I tell my NWC members. We came here as a united family. It would be nice for us to go as a united family. So that we can still meet tomorrow and say we're brothers. We serve in an organization. Let nobody try to fragment the NWC. We'll be here for 3 years plus. We just have about 4 months to go. Let us do it and go in peace. Assuming they say convention is August or October, nobody has fixed anything yet. We just have 3 months to go. Why would anybody want to break his head? So for me, the position of National Secretary is very clear. Every correspondent, I'm the secretary of the caucus. I'm the secretary of NEC. And if INEC says I'm so, and you go and do anything to the contrary, you are shooting yourself in the leg. So nobody will show tomorrow to hold Senator Anyanwu as somebody who is. So, oh, pro-wike. What is pro-wike? His Excellency Governor Wike, everybody knows his role in this party. Everybody knows when it mattered most, he was there for the party. And these people forget, oh, he was working with the APC government. And they forget that the way he was appointed, he wrote a letter to the party in the state. The party of the state gave him go ahead. He wrote a letter to the then governor, the governor of River State, who also gave him that permission to. He wrote to NWC that he's appointed. And we did not stop him from going to hold that position. So why would anybody say that? I look at the other day, Tommy Kimi committee say, oh, they have brought a report to expel me from the party. Expel who from the party? Who sent the report to you? Who sent the petition to you? Because any petition that will go to that committee must be signed by me as National Secretary Party. It comes to my office. And you have received over 70, 80 petitions of anti-party. What is my anti-party? Because somebody paid you. Oh, we can't get him through the court. Let us go through the expulsion. And you forget that the matter is already in court, and the court has given an injunction. Supreme Court said, oh, when the appeal court said, self-execution, it's not self-execution. We are describing what is status quo ante bellum. What is the status quo? I kept my cool. Oh, the governors met in Asaba. Oh, by the time they agree, let them wait for Supreme Court. Supreme Court has spoken. And what did the Supreme Court said? That the first person that went to court is a meddlesome interloper. The person you are trying to bring is an impostor. A clear language. That the judgment of State High Court, Appeal Court, majority judgment of the Appeal Court is nullified. And that all my briefs, all my reliefs sought is meritorious and sustained. And what are my reliefs sought? That I am National Secretary of PDP. That at every time did I resign. And the constitution of our party is very clear. Section 47.5 is very clear. May. And in the meeting of BOT, the day they invited he confirmed that it was during the second news that they put this, that they actually did it. Because some of them wanted to go another election. So I now inherited it. So what is my saying? I never resigned. And don't forget that from November 23rd, after my election, 2023, well, this is 2025. Since January 9, when I got a judgment at the Federal Court, January 9, 2024, till today, this is 1 year plus. I've been working. I've been doing all the congresses done. And the implication, if you say, I'm not a national secretary, I resigned. Every congresses in all the entire state, even the governorship candidates that I signed their document to INEC, that means, what it means is a nullity. That means PDP has no structure, both at the ward, local government, and state level. So I think that our parties should be very careful. They should be very, very careful. And you see, I respect our governors, I respect them. Because I know it's not easy to be a governor. But that a governor does not mean that you cannot come out and tell your colleague the truth. They all know the truth. Why are they shying away from it? They know the truth. The chairman of Governors Forum went to INEC and confirmed. They said, oh, it's not true. The National Council Secretary went to INEC and confirmed it's not true. The legal advisor gave his legal opinion. They said it's not true. Now, people who say it's not true, by themselves, went to INEC and INEC confirmed to them. So you now went up a stakeholders meeting. Instead of you to say, we have come to INEC, say it open. At the time, I would demand an apology because I've gone through psychological trauma, unnecessary blackmail, media blackmail, insults. Because I don't really talk. Because I'm not the public secretary of the party. So I cannot talk to the press all the time. That is why most time people think I don't talk. Because I confine myself within my own office as custodian of the secretariat. I know much about this party. I know a lot. And as a very responsible man, I keep a lot to myself. But when I'm provoked, things I will say, Nigerians will shock. I rest it that way. Thank you, gentlemen.